Welcome to our Mr. Jack channel. Get ready to feel the thrill with scary stories and mysteries that will get your heart racing. Don't forget to subscribe for more horror stories. On a dark night in the midst of the massive fires ravaging Los Angeles, the city's residents were startled by the appearance of a fireball flying high in the sky. The blinding light spread across the dark sky, creating an eerie image amidst the smoke. However, what was even more terrifying about the phenomenon was the strange feeling that those who saw it began to have. Many felt as if the fireball reminded them of something long forgotten, a horrific event that happened this year. Some eyewitnesses described a strange sensation as if the fireball was watching them, bringing with it an inexpressible fear. In fact, some people felt that something was stalking them, even if it was just a glimpse. Others mentioned a gripping sense of anxiety, like there was something they shouldn't forget, yet it was hard to explain. Confusion ensued, and the phenomenon left a feeling of fear that was more profound than the fire itself. After the fire was finally extinguished, several people who were eyewitnesses claimed to have started having very specific nightmares. In the dreams, they saw a fire that happened decades ago, a huge tragedy that killed many people in the city. But confusingly, they had no idea what exactly happened in the fire. They felt as if they were being forced to relive an event long buried in the city's history, even though they had never witnessed it firsthand. As time passed, more people reported similar experiences. Does the fireball really have any connection to the tragedy that happened decades ago? Or was it just a natural phenomenon that happened to appear at a particularly sensitive time? To this day, the mystery of the fireball still leaves many questions unanswered. But one thing is certain for those who witnessed it: the fireball was not just a natural phenomenon, but something far more terrifying, transporting them back to a forgotten past. When a massive fire broke out in Los Angeles, the flames began to spread rapidly, scorching entire neighborhoods of the city. However, amidst the chaos, a massive fireball flew across the burning sky, dancing above the remaining debris. The dazzling light floated strangely, as if it had the power to control the nature around it. Witnesses who were nearby revealed that although no real shape or trace was visible, they felt something watching them from afar, bringing with it an inexpressible sense of anxiety. The strangeness became even more pronounced when some eyewitnesses began to testify that the fireball was not just an ordinary natural phenomenon. They believed that it was an evil entity, a creature trapped in the flames and trying to get out to claim more lives. The descriptions were chilling, with some people feeling as if the fireball was trying to get to them, engulfing everything in invisible darkness. Every time the fireball passed by, there seemed to be a bad energy spreading around it, stirring up the wind and creating a tense tension. After the fireball passed, the lingering tension did not go away. Many reported strange occurrences in the aftermath, where people in the fire-affected areas disappeared without a trace. There was no definitive explanation for their whereabouts, and more surprisingly, some of the victims who were found unconscious seemed unable to remember what happened to them during the fire. It was as if a dark force had taken over, erasing their memories and transforming their circumstances into something incomprehensible. Until now, the mystery of the fireball has yet to be unraveled. What really happened between the burning fire and the flying fireball? Was it really an evil entity out to take victims? or just a natural phenomenon that happened by chance. However, many believe that after the fireball appeared, many lives were changed, and the city of Los Angeles holds more dark secrets than we thought. After the massive fires that scorched Los Angeles, a strange phenomenon began to appear in the still-burning skies. Some residents reported seeing large fireballs flying across the city, often around the most devastated areas. The fiery red lights seemed to fly with purpose, dancing over the ruins as if they were a sign of a curse. Whenever these fireballs appeared, an eerie tension instantly enveloped the area, and more terrifyingly, several people who were nearby reportedly disappeared or were found dead in mysterious ways. Surviving eyewitnesses began to speak out about the phenomenon, claiming that the fireballs were not just a fluke of nature. They believed that the fireballs were manifestations of spirits trapped in the flames, ghosts punished by the tragedy of the fire. Whenever the fireballs appear, they feel that a dark force is watching, punishing those who dare to approach. Some even claim that the fireball seems to draw the lives of those who cannot avoid its sight, punishing them for sins they never realized they committed. The strangeness was becoming more and more widespread. Residents who heard stories of fireballs began warning each other to stay away from the phenomenon. Many believed that seeing the fireball meant being bound to an inevitable curse. Some people reported that they began to feel uneasy at the mere thought of the fireball, even if they were nowhere near it. The concern grew as strange occurrences began to appear in many places affected by the fires, and no one knew who or what would be the next victims. The whereabouts of the fireball remained a mystery, but for those who survived its effects, there was a constant sense of dread. This phenomenon is not just a fire that consumes a city, but a curse born of fire, stalking anyone who dares to approach. With more and more people disappearing without a trace and gruesome tales of punishing fireballs, more and more people are convinced that there is a greater force at work behind the fires, a force that can never be fully understood.